Good morning, everybody. This morning I'm trying so hard to get over my cortisol, and I have been doing this for a while. And it started working when I stopped fighting with my cortisol, when I stopped trying to figure out why it's happening, when I started to be like, okay, fine, I'm just gonna sit here with you. We're gonna feel this together. I feel it rising in my stomach, and it's going intense, and it's growing, and it's growing. And then poof, it kind of dissipates. And that's when I understood all this time I was doing it wrong. Why are we stressed? What's going on? When I stopped asking all those questions is when I was finally able to work with my body. And yoga is one of the best ways I've found to be able to reconnect with my body. I experienced a lot of trauma in my childhood, and I disconnected from my body along the way. And yoga is something that really helps me to get back into reconnecting. It's something that has to be nurtured and worked on every day. And in the past year, I did not have the time to nurture myself in this way and take care of myself in this way because I was studying and it was intense and my focus was on that. And today is actually my last day of my master's. I submit my dissertation today, and I feel like the craving in my body to shed it all. Like I have this urge to like clear out my closet, clean my house, just shedding away the past year. And today is day one of that. And I just came back from our walk. I feel so much better. Honestly, it's so underrated, the effect that nature has on you. Like, maybe it's not overrated because a lot of people talk about like go outside, go play, go touch grass. And honestly, it's true. Like if you allow yourself to be cringe and childlike, you can play with nature and it plays back. Anyway, I'm just eating my lunch now. I just have some leftover carrots and olives that I made last night. And we're gonna have a full day of looking after ourselves and recharging and kicking depression in its ears. And I'm just enjoying my coffee before I hop in the shower and start doing some work. But I wanted to talk a little bit about some things that I kind of like came to me this morning while I was doing yoga. So in the morning I get a lot of anxiety. It's like, I don't know if it's really anxiety or if it's like just cortisol rise of the morning that feels like anxiety. Lately it's been a depression has kind of seems to set in, and I know it has a lot to do with the fact that my education just ended. I actually understood it this morning when I allowed myself to stop thinking about what I'm feeling and just sit with my body. Once I did that, I realized it's actually not sadness, it's actually fear. I feel afraid of what's next. Taking a corporate job is just so not my personality. It's not what I dream of in life. It makes me feel trapped. But at the same time, like I haven't yet found a way to make a living off of creativity, so I don't really have a choice here. I have to join the workforce that way. And it feels weird to be like almost 40 and say, I'm scared, I don't want to. But it's real, you know, your inner child is with you all the way. It's always with you. And clearly, I have not yet done enough work for my inner child to trust me to move ahead. And it's also not like I don't think I can do this. Like I'm at a point now where I've done enough things in life where I've proved enough to myself that I can do the things I'm afraid of. I just have to stop allowing my inner child to say, no, please don't make me do it. And when I'm afraid like this, it obviously kickstarts a nervous system reaction. And I think at the moment it's a freeze reaction, and it's heavy. It's like two personalities fighting each other, you know, like one personality is like, no, we can't do this. This is too scary. It's not safe. We should avoid it at all costs. And then the other personality of mine is like, we've done this. We got this. We can do this. It's fine. Yes, it's scary, but we can still move forward. And that's what I'm going for. But it's like, I feel like I'm dragging myself through life at the moment. So yeah, that's what I came to realize in relation to what's going on. Thank God for nature. Thank God we have moments with Leo, because they really ground me. Like if it didn't have those moments, I don't know where I would nurture that, where I would find those moments. So I've been just thinking for a while whenever an ending has happened. It's like an instinctual thing, like an energy that I feel I'm carrying and I need to release. I either do one of two things, a tattoo or cut my hair. I really, really feel the need to let go of my hair. I go through this cycle anyway, like I have my hair long for a few years, then I chop it, and I guess this is the cycle starting again. But out of this process for me this time around is going to be a drastic haircut. It feels like it belongs to an older version of me that no longer exists and needs to go. This carries old energy, like I can feel that. As soon as she started to chop my hair, I could feel most of my hair was actually dead. It just felt so good to let it go. Energetically, I feel like a brand new me. Next thing that I've been wanting to do is to let go of all the clothes that I own that A, I don't wear, B, don't represent who I am anymore. I feel like I just want simple things that I know match together. As I shed my old self, my brand new self will emerge, and I don't quite know her yet. I don't quite know what style she'll be into. I do know that the places I used to shop no longer appeal to me. So I've picked up my friend from the airport yesterday, and today I'm going to show her around Nice. I'm taking her actually a little bit outside of Nice to a village called Ez Village and Saint-Jean-Cap-Ferrat, which are definitely worth the visit if you're in Nice. But anyway, I wanted to share some wisdom that my friend has picked up along her own solo travels. Which, side note, this is the best part about solo travel. You learn so much about yourself. Since you're forced to be with yourself and your own thoughts and deal with life as it comes, you really learn a lot about who you are and what you like and what you don't like and what you can tolerate and so on and so forth. And she shared a little bit of what she learned with me, which honestly is my favorite thing to hear from people, because you can also learn from what other people learn, you know? As I said, she had never solo traveled before, and the reason why she hadn't is because she was so afraid. She was anxious of things going bad and potentially things going really bad, and she relied on traveling with other people to feel safe and deal with the things that can go wrong when you're traveling, like your Airbnb being cancelled at the last minute. And as she had found herself to be single and wanting to travel, she had kind of no choice but to do that on her own. And as she did, and as things unfolded, and she learned something about herself, And what she learned is that she's perfectly capable of handling whatever bad shit happens on the way by herself. She's perfectly capable of finding the right resources, problem solving. And that's given her a sense of independence, freedom, but most importantly, it's given her a sense of relief and joy and freedom to know that she is enough, she can handle whatever. She had stayed stuck so much in the past because she was afraid. Not only she was afraid of bad things happening, but she also, when things were going well, when she was happy and peaceful, in the back of her mind, she would get this nagging thoughts and feeling that if things are going well now, at some point they're not, and we must prepare. And that would take away from her current joy, because she would then feel guilty for enjoying herself. But fast forward to now, she said to me that now that I know that when things go bad, I can handle it. She said, I'm not afraid of when things will go bad anymore, because I know I can handle them. I know I will find a solution. I know I will find a way forward. So why should I worry about things potentially going bad? I'll just deal with them when it happens. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy myself. What a nice way to look at life. And I know that it seems like a basic thing potentially to some people, but I think for a lot of people, we do feel this nagging feeling when we are at peace, that if we're at peace, that means around the corner isn't so much peace.